My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're actually going to be playing a run with a character in the base game. I know. Wow. We did so badly with the defect last time that we actually don't even have a winning bonus at the start here. Neato burrito. I'm kind of incentivized a little to try and go for the 4 or 3 elite paths. You know what? I want to do it. No, none of those are really going to help me with it, though. Gonna need, like, a very specific set of cards. Rebound's okay, I guess. Just a little bit of extra damage for us. Streamline. Yep. Huge pickup. It's exactly the kind of thing I'm going to want to go for a bunch of elites. We'll take a hologram now, because we already have the streamline. Let's rebound that streamline to the top of the deck now. Hologram, pull back the streamline, streamline again, murder. Oh, lovely. Fairy in a bottle as well, good lord. Single copy of Rainbow is actually pretty damn potent as well. Alright. This could actually end up being a good kind of all-out for elites run. Get to take 20 damage here. Neat. Always wanted to do that. So we shall streamline, hologram back the streamline, play it again. Set up a defend, I guess. Trying to deal with as much HP as is humanly possible that turn. Neat. If we get meat on the bone at any point in this run, we've already got, or at any point this floor, we've already got ourselves covered for HP. Kunai, every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. Well, that gives me a little bit more of an idea of what I actually want to do with this deck. Taking another rebound seems like probably not the best idea that I could have here, though. Taking Capacitor and then going Capacitor, Rainbow, doing that whole deck. I mean, there's something in that. But we already have that Kunai, and I really want to lean into that. Best defense available to me that turn. Can't really complain too much. I mean, I can definitely complain, and oh, watch me, I definitely will, but best I can do right now. Alright. Creation Potion as well as, yeah, we will take a White Noise. I just think those are really, really powerful. I want to play the Streamline, but it's Rainbow Zap, isn't it? It is. We need that Dark Orb to start building. It's too early in the game to not, or too early in this fight to not consider that a priority. $10 block for a single card played is pretty good. Okay, so I get to hologram something out of my deck. I'll hologram, I intend to die this turn. I'll hologram dual cast, then rebound dual cast. Neat. Then I end up dying this turn, and then the dual cast was going to guarantee lethal this turn. Matroshka, the next 2 non-boss chests you open contain 2 relics, as well as a block potion. Hyper Beam. That would help us get through the elites so much better. We're already on a deadline with another elite, so I don't really have a choice against that at this point. Whenever you take 4 or less, unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5, as well as letter opener every time you 3 skills in a single turn. Deal 5 damage to all enemies. Neat. So I do have to use the block potion this turn. I was looking at the hologram thinking, oh, could I do anything with that? No, I just have to hologram. Alright, and now we're dead, right? So we desperately needed Hyper Beam in this hand or the previous hand. Didn't get it in either of them. Now, as soon as I took the first elite, I was on a deadline with 3. Which was primarily the problem here. I think we could have gotten a better draw enough to beat this and then veer off to the left, which I probably would have done at that point. It's just I don't get the option. Absolute worst target that we could have hit 2 times there as well. Neat. So we did actually get a couple of cards that helped us through those elites, right? The Streamline, the Hologram pickup after the Streamline in particular, the Hyper Beam, despite the fact that we never played it. All of those were really, really good for the idea of going through those elite fights. Just not for the reality. That's okay though. It happens. There's a 4 upgrade to elite path. This is not a word of a lie. 4 upgrade to elite path. We are definitely taking that. 4 upgrades on the first floor can set you up so damned well. Come on. Got him. Fine. Ooh, focus potion. Ooh, Sunder. Yeah, that's a very early Sunder. More than happy to have it. I could have gotten energy back there, but I don't care about doing that. I care about inflicting as much damage as I possibly could that turn because the enemies weren't even attacking me back. Auto shields is huge. Yeah, it's this one. Just making absolutely certain that I hadn't accidentally gone onto the wrong path there. Come on, one more aggressive card. Good thing I didn't immediately cast that strike. I'll take the Sweeping Beam over White Noise there. It'll just be more consistent in its value. I literally have the ability to remove the next space, so I'm comfortable taking this here. And remove the Doubt and pick up Discovery, which I think is absolutely ridiculous for this character. And hell, I'll even pick up an FTL. Now, Discovery needs an upgrade, but for the elite fights upcoming, it's more important that we upgrade the Sunder. Definitely important that I upgraded Sunder before this. Auto shield, Sweeping Beam. I would love to play Zap and then bet that the frontliner dies here, but maybe not. Maybe we don't do that. Okay, Discovery on a free rainbow, not bad. Well, sure, I had to pay for the Discovery itself, but let's ignore that. Worst case scenario was that I ended up drawing Sunder off of that hand. I would have actually been real saddened by that. It ended up happening, so it's okay. All is right with the world. Nice. I just needed the ability to push out one of my orbs there. Managed to get it. Charge battery is pretty big here, so is machine learning. Machine learning's probably a little less important. It's quite powerful in the long run, but we need to worry about our short game at the moment. Getting that Discovery upgrade so that I can continually generate relatively high-cost cards, because his character has a lot of high-cost cards at their arsenal. Seems good to me. Oh, it's a Singing Bowl. When adding cards to your deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead. And then we issue the option to go for the elite here to get one more upgrade. Okay, so this time I'll probably yeah, this time I'll have to Sunder the frontliner, because they're both attacking this turn, and it's very important that I stop at least one of them from attacking. Save some of that HP, yo. Another copy of Charged Battery, sure. Do quite like that. Totally reasonable defense, but also gives you the little bit of extra energy you might need for the next turn. Which is neat as hell. That's actually the worst target. And it hit it twice. Neat. Do we go for max HP here? Beam Cell can mean something in a deck that already has Sunder, but I should have at least one source of vulnerability in this deck. And then our next elite. Sure. Not a bad opening turn. Managed to exhaust one card as well as get one energy prepared for this turn. Now we have 2 zaps up before we wake up the enemy. We could get... I was about to say, we could get Beam Cell and Sunder in the same hand. We get that next turn. That's actually a little unfortunate for us. Do I take Melter here? I have 2 0-cost cards in my discard pile, so the all for one brings those back. It's probably not Bias Cognition. We'll be in this fight for... you know what? Actually, it is Bias Cognition. We won't be in this fight for long enough for it to be a problem for us, I don't think. Sweet. And then what are the chances we murder this turn? Quite high, it turns out. Tori! Whenever you would receive 5 or less unlocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. Huge fan. Vision? Does that make sense in this deck? I don't think it does. We very rarely actually fill up those slots at the moment. We kind of exhaust them at the same rate as we fill them, right? 1 lightning, 1 evoke, and I have no other effects that do anything except for the discovery possibly pulling something that would give us some vision stuff going on. We'll drop the smoke bomb for the weak potion, which is actually a lot better in this position for us. And then upgrade the auto shields. Get 4 more block out of that. Yikes. Well, at least we managed to put the enemy on the ground that turn. Reinforced body, not bad. Got charged battery next turn, so it's totally possible I don't even need to weaken yet. Discovery again. Ooh, Glacier, hell yeah. What a lovely random happenstance. And now the enemy gets to take a bunch of damage trying to hit me. Thank you for trying. Sunder is in the next hand, but I'm going to have to queue up my attacks correctly. But I want Sunder in the new deck shuffle. So I want to play Sunder before I FTL. Yeah. And then I'm actually just not going to deal enough damage to deal with the Guardian here. So literally only good draw for us here is Discovery or Charge Battery. Nice. It was just important that we had available to us in the new shuffle Sunder yet again. Discovery, well, I kind of just want to take Storm just so they can get it out. That is straight up just about removing that card from my deck so that I don't have to deal with it. Beautiful. Very glad that I ultimately decided to upgrade a card before coming in here rather than rest, because I did actually consider resting for a period of time. It would have been a... probably not a fatal mistake, but it would have been a serious mistake. I would have missed out on a lot of value. Hell, I'm even perfecting this fight. Like, it's not like I'm in grave danger here. Bye. Even managed to perfect it. Reboot is probably the most powerful in here. And drawing 3 is actually really important. Ooh. It has to be the nuclear battery. Okay, so the reason it's the nuclear battery here for us is because we actually have, like, faux draw in the reboot. We intend to include more draw in the deck. We already have Sweeping Beam as well. Discovery can give us cards that draw. We have FTL, which just cycles, right? But we already have a high-cost card in Sunder. And we don't have much orb generation at all. So we could just go for, like, a really, really high-value, high-cost deck and use the plasma that we have generated at the start of each combat to fund our ability to do that. We've got the champ at the end of this floor, so I have to consider how my scaling works. Which is to say that I need to know whether or not I can get more powerful as the fight progresses, because we're possibly going to need that. Value decks have a lot of difficulty getting past the champion. Okay, so late shop, early rest, early shop, 4 question marks, as well as 3 elites, or much worse path. Never mind. I thought it was debatable. Turns out it was not debatable. There was little or no debate involved. Well, I'll be taking damage this turn. But it's okay, because I only end up actually taking 1. Thank you, Tori. Do I take Capacitor now? No. That's committing to an orb build I don't intend to do. There's a data disk that I obviously don't want at this point. Lee's Waffle. Upon pickup, raise your max HP by 7 and heal all of your HP. That is actually pretty significant for us. There's also an Enlightenment here. The Enlightenment would be pretty good for this deck if I had more things that would cost high. But we don't. Yet. I could take Equilibrium and Enlightenment in order to get another higher cost card in the deck. And also the ability to retain our hand a turn is really good for Enlightenment. It's just like I would want a second copy of Sunder or a copy of Meteor Strike or something like that before I'd be feeling comfortable to do that. You know what? I think that's actually a unique way to handle that. I'm interested. Remove a Standard Strike and move on. Upgrade a card in our deck or obtain the special relic that upgrades a card every single turn but puts some pain into our deck. Considering we have 3 elites before our first shop and only 2 question marks for possible card removal, I don't think we can afford to take that pain. As much as I want to, I don't think we can afford to. Well, turns out we had a shop in the next space, but I wouldn't have been able to remove anything here anyway. I'll take double energy just so that I can draw cards and then have the extra energy here. I should play double energy, then FTL, right? 32 damage. I need to play FTL for the draw first. So 32 gets 16 more damage. 16 more damage makes that 48, which means that I can't kill the backliner with just Beam Cell, FTL, Beam Cell, Sunder in that order. If I Beam Celled first, I would be able to. So instead, I target the frontliner. So it's FTL the backliner, Beam Cell Sunder to kill, and set myself up against the Mugger in the backline. Definitely play the charge battery first here. Yeah, alright. Could have been a lot worse. Discovery finds us. Boot sequence, alright. Fine. So we'll just straight up defend through all of this. Hopefully we get lethal. Hey, Enlightenment on a Sunder. Neat. Give me those high cost cards. Those are not those. In fact, all of these are actually pretty garbage for this deck. Lame. So we'll be taking 1 damage this turn. Thank you, Tori. Ooh. Sure. So I Glacier to move the Plasma Orb to the front line. Then I'm going to dual cast and then Charge Battery reboot, get a full new hand. With a bunch more lovely cards in it to play. Neato. 20 incoming damage. Not a huge fan. Ooh, free Echo Form though. Gotta admit, I'm into that. Double Sunder next turn. Neat. Goodbye, Shield Parasite, and hello. No, not anything worthwhile there, unfortunately. Reboot needs to draw us extra cards. We're actually finding ourselves at a card deficit consistently after it. Like, we have extra energy over the amount of cards we get to play that turn. Yikes. I'm going to use the Focus Potion this fight just because I think I need the extra damage. Unfortunately, I don't have any Source of Weaken in this deck, and I don't have a Weakness Orb, a Weakness Potion, or anything like that. Do I want to play Charge Battery this turn? Yeah, I do. I want the ability to have the extra energy for the next turn. Alright. Discovery is really important. We find Bias Cognition. Yeah, I guess. It's really important that we Sunday every time we get the opportunity. Team Cell reboot. Try and find ourselves a hand actually worth playing. I have bad news about that quest for a hand worth playing. We found no such thing. This fight could have been a lot worse, but it could have been a lot better as well. Lantern started combat with additional energy, as well as a strength potion, and no. Well, do I take the Sweeping Beam just as some more draw? No. Toxic Egg, whenever you add a skill card to your deck, upgrade it. Huge pickup for us. I really want to go for that elite, but I feel like past experience has taught me that that elite will probably kill me. Let's draw something else, see if we can find something. Hey, worthwhile to play. Alright, definitely auto shields first. And then I don't care much past that, right? So Sweeping Beam. Should have done the dual cast first, that's my bad. For some reason I thought Sweeping Beam was actually going to kill the frontliner there for me. So keeping these steroid potions for the boss fight, that could be viable. Might need to be, in fact. None of these seem super worthwhile, though. Overclock draws 3, but the deck isn't going to get hugely thick, so putting burns into my deck is really, really, really rough to do. Well, that sucks. So I just get to take 12 damage this turn. There's not much I can do about it. I have included defensive cards in this deck is the thing. Defend, 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 defend. So those are the basics. Defend, 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 defend. I've actually included like a really significant amount of defensive cards in this deck, so getting draws without any available defenses in them is actually atypical. And it could be described by some as unlucky. Yeah, I'm with that. 31 incoming damage. Come on, Discovery, save me. That's probably not going to do it, but look. Let's give it the chance to. Yeah, the deck is thick enough that I can take another auto shields. I'd love to go for that elite, but this is 9 HP. We are dead if we do that. I'm consistently amazed by, especially recently, how poor our draws have been. Oh, look, got all my defensive cards finally. Good thing too, not a moment too soon. Hell, it wasn't soon at all. Get a bunch of extra energy for the upcoming turn because I know I have the Sunder in it. Well, it's likely. Wah. Sunder for me. Alright, Discovery. Can you save me here? Goes up to 48, 48, 50. Okay, so I actually can kill the target with the Fear Potion. I don't want to rely on Discovery just to try and save me there. If I can avoid it at all. Alright. I have access to a ridiculous amount of energy right now. I'm just not doing anything with it. I've been looking for higher cost cards, and they just aren't appearing for us. It's tragic. Deck isn't thick enough to use the stack effectively. Well, very glad I decided not to go for any more elites here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to save me. Oh, deck of 22 cards. Got both my auto shields in my opening hand. Neat. Well, at least we're fully defended this turn. In fact, exactly fully defended. Now we're dead. There's no way to generate enough defense this turn to live. Whee! Goodbye, cruel world! We get to survive the first shot because of the Torii, but that's about it. I am actually amazed that this deck did not apparently have enough defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Card cycles plus. Generates defense. Most of our deck was defense. Ugh. I'm actually a little salty that they never turned up on the right turns. At the very least, near the end game. Before that, they were okay. Basically, at the start of the Book of Stabbing fight is when the defense started deciding, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we never turned up at the right time? And it wasn't. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully, you've been enjoying yourselves. There's plays in the description down below with all my content on this game, past, present, and future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.